Good evening. Coming up in Mello TV Evening News, Education Minister addresses teacher shortfall ahead of the new academic year, which starts in September. 24-year-old man is this evening in custody for the murder of a senior citizen in St. Anne. Head of wanted man found in shopping bag. Veteran journalist alleges unlawful actions by a policeman, and woman arrested for lottery scamming. And now the news in detail. We begin with news this evening that a senior citizen in St. Anne has been stabbed to death and his alleged attacker is now in police custody. 71-year-old shopkeeper Herbert Sims, also known as Tall Man, was stabbed to death in Watttown, St. Anne. The incident occurred when 24-year-old waiter O'David Morris, who is also known as Patcher Gray, entered Sims's shop and used a ratchet knife to stab him in the neck. The police were notified and found Sims lying in a pool of blood. He was taken to hospital and pronounced dead. Following an investigation, Morris was arrested during a police operation and later confessed to the crime during a question and answer session. He has been charged with murder and his court date is being arranged. The head of a wanted man for multiple crimes, including rape and assault, was found in a shopping bag near the Manchester-Clarendon border. The head has been identified as that of Rohan Barrett, also known as Black Seed, who is of a porous address. The head was discovered at a fruit stall on the Whitney Turn Main Road, and the owner of the stall believes it was deliberately placed there to be easily seen. The police are currently investigating. Education Minister Favor Williams has assured the nation that there will be no teacher shortage in Jamaican classrooms for the upcoming school year. Minister Williams stated that resignations are lower than last year and many newly trained teachers are ready to join the sector. The concern arose from recent teaching position advertisements, but Mrs. Williams clarified that most were temporary to cover vacation leave. The minister says the strategies to address teacher shortages were successful and over 1,000 upcoming graduates need employment opportunities. The government says it will be creating more teaching positions rather than focusing on the number of teachers leaving. Two alleged goat thieves were shot and killed in Adelphi, St. James. The police have identified the deceased individuals as Alex Antonio Green from Portobello and Dwight Campbell from St. James. Gunshots were heard in the community around 5 a.m. and later in the morning residents discovered the bodies of Campbell and Green. One man was found with gunshot wounds and chop wounds on a dirt road, while the other was found with multiple gunshot wounds in a Toyota Noah bus. Several stolen goats were also found inside the bus. Deputy Superintendent Aaron Samuel stated that the police are investigating the incident and it appears that the men were stealing goats in the community.
All right, this morning the police were called on the scene of a double shooting, which resulted two persons ended up losing their lives. What we have gathered so far was that these men seem to have been here to steal goods. One of the men was found outside of the vehicle along the roadway, and another one found in front on the driver's seat of the vehicle with a goat in the back of the vehicle. We are still investigating and we are not sure as yet in terms of where this leads. So we just crave the understanding of persons as we conduct our investigations, and we are just asking for members of the public not to take matters in their own hands. We want to leave the police to really go and do these investigations and arrest the perpetrators of three-day larceny.
A veteran journalist covering a lawsuit in the Supreme Court has alleged that his tape recorder was briefly confiscated by a policeman who proceeded to delete several recordings made in court. The incident reportedly occurred outside the courtroom, where the officer also listened to unrelated confidential recordings stored on the device. The journalist says he feels violated and has called for action from Chief Justice Brian Sykes and the Court Administration Division to address the matter. The journalist claimed that he was directed by the presiding judge to follow the policeman outside, who then conducted a, quote, unlawful search of his personal mobile phone. This incident follows a similar case 3 months ago, where recordings made by another journalist in court were deleted by a court clerk. The journalist's actions were in line with the court's media policy, which permits recording for note verification purposes. The Press Association of Jamaica, the PAJ, has expressed outrage over the alleged abuse of power and violation of press freedom, emphasizing the importance of a transparent and accountable judicial system. A woman who is wanted in the United States of America for alleged involvement in lottery scamming was arrested in St. James. She is 36-year-old Sharika Goodison. The arrest took place during a joint special operation conducted by the Jamaican Fugitive Apprehension Team, Lottery Scam Task Force, Area 1 Operational Support Team, and U.S. authorities. Goodison is a customer service representative who lives in Norwood Meadows. She is wanted in the U.S. for charges related to mail fraud, wire fraud, and lottery scamming. She has been detained pending an extradition hearing. 64-year-old taxi operator Lloyd McCoy, who is from Port Marie, St. Mary, has been charged with multiple offenses following an incident on June 1. McCoy, also known as Jimmy, had a dispute with a passenger in Quebec, St. Mary. The charges include wounding with intent, unauthorized possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony. McCoy allegedly pointed a firearm at the passenger's head, leading to a struggle where the passenger stabbed McCoy with a knife and fled. In retaliation, McCoy fired at the man, injuring him in the lower back. Both individuals received medical treatment at hospital. McCoy was arrested on July 5 and will appear in the Port Maria Parish Court on July 13 to face the charges. And those are the stories making the news this evening. Thank you for tuning in to Mello TV Evening News. I'm Nicole Hales. Stay safe and thanks for watching.